Hi, I'm Scott.
And I'm Michele, and we are the owners of the Main Street Mouse.
And this is the Main Street Mouse Weekly Podcast, show number 180 for March 24th, 2025.
For your safety, remain seated with the doors closed, keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside while the tram is moving. And supervise your children.
Welcome, foolish mortals, to the Haunted Mansion.
'Cause this here's the wildest ride in the wilderness!
Soar into tower. We are ready for takeoff.
Dead men tell no tale.
I know not who you are, nor how I came to find you. But may I just say, aye.
Come on, everybody. Here we go.
Hello, everybody out there.
Hi, guys. If we sound a little different today, there's reason. Scott, would you like to tell them the reason?
We are on location.
We're on location coming
But
at
where
ya.
are we? Can you figure it out by the music in the background? I don't think they probably would be able to. But we are sitting right outside of Jelly Rolls in the Atlantic City Dance Hall at Disney's Boardwalk.
Yes, well, Atlantic Dance Hall.
What did I say?
Atlantic City.
Oh, yeah, it's just Atlantic. It's
Right.
not the Atlantic City Dance
You're
Hall.
thinking gambling and such.
I must be. Need to win some money, that's why.
Right.
But again, we are sitting right outside the boardwalk. We are just sitting here. It's a beautiful day. A little overcast, but still really nice out.
Very, very nice out today. We actually were just getting out of the house to do a little content, and we took the boat ride over to Boardwalk. And
From Hollywood Studios.
From Hollywood Studios. And we were going to eat at the corn dog place, but we ended up going up to the pizza window, got a slice of pizza, and then we're sitting here, and Scott's like, maybe we should record the show from here just for a change.
So I thought it might be different. So the show probably won't be as long as normal. We do have our normal points that we talk about and such, and we'll cover what we did in the last week. But I think it'll still be kind of cool to do it from this place.
Yeah, I mean, if I were video ready, we would have done a video.
She didn't know we were doing this till we got here, and I just carry all my equipment with me usually, so I had it all with me. So we figured, why not? So we don't have our soundboard or anything like that. We're just recording this directly out on my phone. But I think it'll turn out okay.
We shall see.
We shall see. And if you guys don't like it, let us know.
Let us know. Just say, go back home and do this.
Go back home. So the last week we were a little bit. We actually were busy last week.
I feel like we've been busy forever. Just a lot.
It has been. But I didn't realize how much we did till we started sitting there talking about what we did all last week, and then I was like, oh wow, we did do quite a bit.
You know, and it really the past couple of weeks have been crazy, and then this past week, yeah, we did stuff too.
And it's not going to slow down.
It is not slowing down. It is not slowing down. We have media events from now until summer. But we will be bringing you everything that we do on our social media,
Yes.
the different things that we cover, plus, of course, this show. But we're super excited for everything that's coming up. We're very grateful to Disney, as always.
Yes.
So lots of exciting things coming.
And Universal.
And Universal, Epic Universe, they invited us too. So whoop whoop.
Yes. So I'll run down all that at the end of the show, just so they know what's coming, approximate dates and stuff. We can let them know. But what did we do last week? So you got the notes.
Oh, I got the notes.
She wants to run the show, so she's going to run it this time because she's got the
I
notes.
did not say I wanted to run the show.
She's going to run it from topic to topic because I don't have my computer with me to be able to see what.
Like, again,
what
this
I
is
have.
very thrown together. So.
Very thrown together.
Okay, so
Last Tuesday
was the early screening of Disney's new Snow White movie.
Yes.
It was a D23 screening at Disney Springs.
Mm-hmm. And it was not. I mean, it was a nice little outing. A movie neither one of us was really that excited about seeing.
No.
But we both went in with an open mind.
We did.
We didn't want to go in with any of the preconceived notions or all the negative stuff that's
all
come
the
out
hullabaloo.
Yeah, all the hullabaloo is a good way to say it. So we both went in there and we met up with a lot of friends. We went with Greg and Holly, but then we met with other friends once we got there.
Yes, we did, because it seems like we all, like a lot of us that do this for a living, are at the same stuff, whether it's a scheduled thing or not. But
yeah, it's just funny how we show up to an event and then everybody else we know just happens to be there.
Just
too.
so happens to be there.
Yeah. So we got to the Snow White event and they checked us in. And they gave us our little swag that we got for the movie. And for this one, we got, what is that?
Apple pens.
An Apple pen.
Not Apple iPhone, like a plastic apple.
It was like a
pen.
plastic apple ink pen.
Ink pen with an apple on the end, sort of, kind of.
It was advertising the soundtrack for Snow White, I think.
Yes, it was. And then they gave us those terry cloth kind of headband thingies with a bow on it that a lot of people use to wash their face at night or whatever. So,
I used it as a bow tie.
You use it as a bow tie. I put it on my head, but I was excited because I've been needing one of those. So,
Now you got two.
Yes, exactly.
And then the best gift of all, they gave us an 8-pack of Allegra.
They did. So oddly enough, they gave us the Snow White swag, and then we kept walking towards the theater, and around the corner was a table full of Allegra allergy medication.
I don't know if they were trying to say something.
Or they sponsored the
I think they're a
event.
sponsor. I saw them on one of the commercials, actually. Allegra was a sponsor of the film.
I mean, pollen has been bad in Florida.
It has.
So it's dual purpose.
So we were all, of course, everybody made jokes about the Allegra. I kept waiting to see product placement in the film, but we didn't see any.
Like Sneezy holding it?
That would be, oh my gosh, that would be perfect.
Boom.
Wow, I bet you the directors didn't think of that one.
See, I'm pretty sharp like that.
That would have been good,
sometimes.
actually. If Sneezy would have sat there and go,
I need
my Allegra.
I need my Allegra.
All these flowers and this pollen is making my allergies go crazy.
Exactly.
So we saw the film. I don't want to give away any spoilers. Michele did write a honest review.
I did write an honest review. You can go to our site and read it.
There is spoilers.
There are spoilers in there. I just, so it was all right.
Yeah.
It was entertaining, but it is not,
It's not Oscar worthy.
Oh, God, no.
But it's not garbage either.
It is not garbage, no. When I did my review, I gave it a 5 out of 10. So it's middle of the road.
Yeah.
But
the music, the singing was great.
Well, some of it.
Some of it. I was a little nervous about the CGI dwarfs, but actually they at first you're looking at them, you're like, oh, it's kind of creepy. But then when you start learning their characters, their personalities come out in them, and you really start to kind of like them all.
I liked Doc. I thought Doc was really, really nice, like cute.
Grumpy was cool.
Yes.
And a friend of ours who was at House of Mouse Expo this past year,
Marty
Kleba, who you might know from the Pirates films, he's the voice of Grumpy in the film. So he's in there. Rachel Zegler, is that how you say her last name?
Yeah, Zegler. She was Snow White.
She was Snow White. Her singing was good.
Singing was good.
I had
We
no
can
problem
say
with
that.
Gal Gadot as
Singing was awful.
Evil Queen. I don't really like. I've never, honestly, I'll be complete 100%. I've never seen a movie with her in it.
Me either. And I had read, so I'm a comment reader, and I was reading comments about the movie before it even came out. And a lot of the comments were saying that she wasn't a good actress. She, it was a poor choice for the Evil Queen. But that's been said for quite some time.
Right.
And then people just in general don't like Rachel Zegler because of her mouth. But Gal Gadot, I had hopes, y'all. I had hopes.
Yeah, because she was the one they were kind of painting as the person that could probably save the movie
Yes.
from all the negative.
Nope.
And it was the opposite. She kind of,
Nope.
and not because of anything she said or did, just her. She wasn't the evil queen.
No, she wasn't evil. She was a raging narcissist.
Yes, vain.
She just wanted to be the best around and was willing to go through any lengths to be that person.
Yes.
But it fell flat, you guys. She didn't sell it as, and I love a good villain.
Yes.
I think they could have sold it better. And I don't know if a different actress. I said Lady Gaga, but I know nothing, and Disney doesn't care, in my opinion, when it comes to movies. But it was just all right. It was just all right, and it did not do very well at the box office this weekend.
it kind of tanked.
They said it was a really poor opening, but you got to remember too, a lot of these things that they write about these different movies, that they might predict it's going to do one thing and then it does another thing. Mm-hmm. And so they're predicting this to, some people are saying it might not even break even.
Yeah, because
that's rough.
They predicted, I want to say 86 or 83 million for opening weekend, and I think it only did 42 or something like that. So it didn't even it got about half of what they anticipated for opening weekend, which box office always goes down after opening weekend, normally. And, I was, because, social media is part of my job, and I was seeing, you know how you can go to the movie sites and you pick your seats and you see what
what theaters are full.
Yes.
And people were posting that there was nobody in the theaters or 4 people in the theater. That's crazy. I mean, and that's worldwide.
Right.
So I don't know. I think that Disney is just going to have to, what do they say, take a knee? Is that right?
Well, I think the thing is Disney has already looked past this film, and they're already looking at the Lilo and Stitch live action. You were at World, we'll get to it in a few minutes, but Michele was at Disney Springs for another event the other day, and she walked through World of Disney, and this was before the movie even dropped. Snow White was not publicly out yet, and you said there was nothing Snow White in the store. It was all Lilo and Stitch.
It was all, like, the whole front area of World of Disney is Stitch merchandise. I mean, the whole entryway, so I love Lilo and Stitch, and I thought it's a great merchandise spot, but it was like tons and tons of Stitch. And oddly enough, I was looking to see what they had out for Snow White, and I went in Trendy, and they had a dress and like 2 shirts, and maybe like there's more merchandise out for Cinderella's 75th anniversary than there was for Snow White.
Right.
But
unless you go to Pandora, where they have the little crossbody bag you get if you make a purchase.
Oh, they do. That's right.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is my thoughts, and I mentioned this on my show also, that I think Disney knew that this was not going to go over like they had hoped,
Right.
because they stopped with the extra promo. They didn't do a real red carpet. Everything was done differently. They didn't like beef up a bunch of merchandise and hype like they normally do for a movie.
Yeah.
So I think that they knew, and I think that they already. That's just my opinion. I don't know if this is true, but I think that's why they put out the full trailer for Stitch last week and like jam the place with new merchandise, because I think they're banking on that one to kind of save what has happened with Snow White, because it's weird, like the chatter online, everybody's talking about the Lilo and Stitch movie, not in a positive way,
Right.
and previously people have been not happy about the quote-unquote live action remakes because they're just tired of it.
Well, and it's funny because when a live action film comes out, you either have the people who are like, I can't wait to see it, I love the live action idea, and then you have the people, I hate live action, I don't want it, I just want to keep it what the original is and not move on from there. And then with Stitch, it didn't matter. The Stitch one is like, if you were against the live action, you're all for it right now because the movie looks good. And if you loved live action, then you're all for it too, so it's like everybody's kind of jumping on the Lilo and Stitch bandwagon that this one's going to be good.
Do you want to know why?
Because everybody likes the movie.
No, okay, again, my opinion.
Okay.
All right? The reason is, and again, I'm reading consumer feedback. Lilo and Stitch, they're keeping with the story. They have like side-by-sides when you watch the previews of actual scenes from the animated feature that the actors are recreating. And I think...
so is it the exact story?
It's the same story.
Oh, okay. So it's not like a version of the story.
No.
Okay.
And so where they went wrong with Snow White is when it first started, everyone's like, okay, it's going to be the story of Snow White.
Right.
Well, come to find out, it really isn't. It's a different version of it.
Yes.
And they went so far off, like, there's people that are Disney diehards that are the the purists that like the original story.
Right.
And if they did not do the original story, there was no prince, there was a Jonathan who was a thief. They didn't have instead of her being rescued and, for happily ever after, she ended up being like the hero. So they switched a lot of things. But I think if they would have been honest out the gate and said, this is an adaptation of Snow White, this is a different twist of Snow White, instead of calling it Disney's Snow White.
Yeah, the basic of the principle, she's a princess, her stepmother's evil.
Yes.
She goes and finds the dwarves, there's animals. It's a lot of those little things that are the original film.
But the story's different.
There's a few little things in the story that kind of change it all up for watching it. So, but again, we don't want to ruin it for you guys, so go see it. You might like it. There has been people who've absolutely loved it, and then most people are kind of people who wanted to love it are like, it didn't hit the home run I was hoping it would.
Yeah, like the people that we were at the event with, all of them said the same thing, that it's not as good as they had hoped, and they were a little bit disappointed.
Yeah.
But you know, we do Disney for a living, and so do our colleagues that, you know, the people that are out with us.
Right.
And when we all have the same sentiment, it was interesting because usually when we see like a preview of a movie, we all have something different to say about it.
Right.
And like everybody kind of was like, meh, it's all right. You know?
It wasn't horrible. It wasn't, oh my God, I can't believe I just sat through that. But it's also not, oh my gosh, I need to go see it again.
Yeah, that was a one and done for me. But I am already moved on and looking forward to Lilo and Stitch. So another funny comment I read, and it was like the same sentiment, is like, again, if you're not going to stick with the real story, like, say that outright.
Right.
And then another one was like, people are just feel like sometimes these live actions kind of ruin it, or it's not good.
Right.
And like, for my personal opinion, like, I hope they don't do a Tangled live action.
Right.
And Tangled is my most favorite, as everybody in the world knows. If they didn't do it the same, I would be so disappointed.
Well, yeah, that's if they add to that story, or if they dig deeper into like Flynn becoming himself.
Yeah, I mean,
or the
just
movie,
keep-
stuff like that. It's like, just do what the original film showed.
If like they say, if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Right.
Like if people already love and cherish certain stories, maybe stay true to that.
Yeah.
But you guys can make your opinion for yourself. We didn't love it. We didn't hate it. It was
No, I went in not thinking I was gonna like it, and I walked away going, okay,
It was
it's
entertaining.
okay.
It was
Yeah,
alright.
it was entertaining. But that's all. I don't really want to go too much more into it because we told you guys a lot about it. So go see the film if you want to. If not, wait till Disney Plus. It'll be there in a few
I
months.
think it's a good Disney Plus movie.
It probably is a good movie. Sit at home.
Just it's hard, you know.
have
A lot
couple
of people
snacks and-
don't have, you know. Okay, follow me for a sec. So if you are short on money, and you know you have to really, if you're penny pinching and watching your budget, you have to really watch where you're going to spend your money. And going to the movies is not a cheap night out.
No, it's not cheap at all anymore.
And if you know, that's why I say it was just okay. And I think if you wait for streaming, that's probably the better route. But you may go and love it. So yeah.
I do think Lilo and Stitch is going to destroy the box office when it comes out.
Oh, me
though.
too. I can't
And
wait.
if it does, if Lilo and Stitch does double what it costs to make it, then they get the money back for Snow White, and that helps the company as a whole.
And that's what I think they're banking on.
And I think they'll hit that. I don't think that's going to be a problem. And I'm not even a huge Stitch fan at all. And
It
I think
just
the
looks
movie's going to
so
do good.
cute.
The CGI in it looks really incredible. I keep seeing our dog Ava.
I was just going to say, Stitch, we have a Frenchie, and she's kind of like a snaggletooth mess, and she kind of reminds us of Stitch.
She does. So that was on Tuesday. On Wednesday,
We went to Epcot.
We went to Epcot to walk around for a little bit. So mainly just to get out of the house, but wanted to go and check out the festival because we hadn't been back since the opening day.
No, and it's crazy busy down here right now, too.
It's so crazy, and it's going to be that way for about the next 3.5, 4 weeks. With all the different spring, because you have spring break from everywhere in the world, and whatever time is your spring break, people come down here, a lot of them. So we're busy for about another 3.5, 4 weeks.
Yeah, we are. But yeah, we went to Epcot and walked around a little bit.
Got pizza.
Got pizza at the walk-up in Italy.
We got pizza today. Seems like we get pizza whenever we go out now.
You know what? It's a safe thing just to get a piece of pizza and keep it moving.
But Vietnapoli's pizza window is
So
always
good.
Is always good. So.
And then we went to film The Three Caballeros because it like a week ago was done with its refurb, and there was all this chatter. Did they change it? Did they not? And really, they just made the screens clearer.
And the audio is better.
And the
I
audio.
don't know if they put new speakers or whatever, but you could hear the audio throughout the whole ride.
But like, you know, when you go through the ride and there's the screens, and then towards the end there's the mariachi and there's the balloons and all that stuff where you see Donald jump off the cliff into the ocean. All of that is more crisp and clear now. So they did a really good job.
They did. So we do have that video. It's on our YouTube as well as our Facebook page. So you should be able to scroll down and see it a little bit on the Facebook page, or go to YouTube and you can find it. But Three Caballeros, I've always enjoyed it anyway.
I always thought it was the hidden gem. When we first moved here, we go on it all the time because for some reason, I love the ending scene. The fireworks make noise now too. They make the popping noise.
Yes, they do.
So I always thought when you go around that corner and there's the balloons and then you have them singing at the end and the fireworks on the ceiling. I don't know why, I just love that.
It's a cool little scene.
And again, I think that years ago it was more of a hidden gem, maybe, but it seems like everybody goes on it now.
Well, the line to get so the line was outside of the pavilion to
It
go onto the
was.
ride. But it, like Michele said, it just reopened. We're in spring break, so you have a lot of factors that could have tripped. But it still was only like a 20-minute wait. Even though the line was outside the building, it still only took about 20 minutes for us to get onto the ride. And we were able to ride front row. We asked for front row because I was videotaping
front row.
it. So we got the video of it. But it's always great. I love the Mexico Pavilion.
Oh, me too. I always have. I don't know why,
The
but
decor of it is just...
when we used to vacation here, Mexico was always my favorite, remember? And I
Yep.
just like the feel of it. I like how it looks over where the restaurant is, and it just...
Reminds me of Blue Bayou in California
It
with
totally
the pirates in
does.
the background. So it kind of
Yes.
has that same feeling. We did eat there, I think in 2009, we ate at that restaurant when we had free dining that one time.
Yes, we did.
And
it's
it was
been a
good,
long
but it's been a
time.
long, long
Oh
time.
my God,
Yeah,
2009.
I know. It's a really long
Maybe
time
we need
ago.
to try
I
again.
think we should try again and see if we still like
Need
it.
to update.
But yeah, so if you're in the parks, and go check out Three Caballeros. Like I said, there's no changes, but crisper, better screens, much
Better
better
audio.
And again, it's just a good little ride, and it's an escape from the heat.
Sure is. I love it in there. I think that's another thing too with the pavilion. When you walk in, it's dark. It's
Yes.
darker and it's cool.
And their merch inside there is really cool.
It's so cool.
They had a lot of cool stuff I was looking at the other day when we were there that I wanted, so we'll see.
Yeah, and you know, we've mentioned it before, but when you go to Epcot in the different countries, make sure you check out the individual stores because they all have special merchandise now. So it's definitely worth it. Like if you have a favorite pavilion, go into whatever shop they have in that pavilion and see what they have.
And Mexico had a lot of Three Caballeros merchandise.
did?
now.
They had, like, a
Shirts
lounge
and,
fly,
They had a
ears.
pullover. I don't know what that's called, like the pullover.
Like a poncho
like
type
a
of thing,
poncho
yeah.
type thing with them in it. So it's kind of cool. So make sure next time you're in Mexico, go check it out. I know it always seems busier. Everybody likes the margaritas inside and then the ride, but the merchandise is really cool in there.
It is. Not to mention, it's just a nice pavilion. But
It
yeah,
is.
good job on the Three Caballeros.
Yes.
You can tell it's updated and it looks fantastic.
Looks fantastic. Make sure you check it out.
Check it out.
So that was Wednesday. Thursday, Michele had a media event at Disney Springs. That's one I was alluding to earlier, where it was for Women's Month. Is that what it's for?
So Women's History Month, and I was invited to a very small luncheon with the owner of Eat by Maneet. Maneet herself.
Maneet herself, you
was
said,
there, and she offered. It's a very small group of press, and offered explanations on the dishes that she was serving. And we got to ask her questions, and a lot of people asked her questions about food. And I went a different route because that's just me. I mean, as a female business owner, I think that's why they had me there. Just as a
There was only 2 fan sites that were invited, and they were both the female-owned
yes.
ones.
And what am I trying to say? Okay, so I asked her about, like, what would she tell younger women that want to achieve a dream? Like, what advice would you give to somebody who, has a dream or have an idea or, has goals that they want? Like, what would you do? And she said, work your butt off is the first thing she said. And she said that anytime you get pushed down, you get back up no matter what. Every single time. And you just have perseverance. And that it's a huge message, which I firmly believe in because personally, in this business, in the past 15 years, I have gotten knocked down by colleagues and different things more times than I can remember. And when I first moved here, I was treated pretty poorly, being basically the only girl that was at some of these events. So, but times have changed, and now, I can hold my head up when I go to events because I know I've earned that right, and I did work my butt off. And with your Scott having my back on all the tech and making sure that everything is running right, we did this and we're successful at it, but it wasn't easy.
No, it was never easy, and sometimes it's still financially it's not ever easy.
No, it's
Seems
not.
like.
No, it's not. I mean,
it's a labor of love, heavily a labor
it
of love.
really is. And sometimes we get I don't know what would be the word, overwhelmed, where sometimes we think what we do doesn't make a difference. No, I'm speaking for myself because I'm always trying to do better. And Scott's like, you do a good job. And I'm like, but I could, it should be better. There should be this or that. Or sometimes I feel like it's not enough.
And I have no problem saying you want to do more. My thing is you got to be excited about what you have done and happy about that, and then you grow from there.
Right, and I am happy. I just need the reminder sometimes because I'm such a horrible critic on myself. But after talking to her, it's like, okay. And then,
go ahead.
Her second piece of advice, which is something I would have known 20 years ago, she's telling the young ladies to put money away every paycheck so that you have a nice nest egg for when you are trying to achieve your dream, whether it's open a business, move, whatever, so that if you do keep getting knocked down, you have a fallback to where it's not going to kill you financially.
Right. And for her, I know you told me a little bit about her story. So she's from India.
Yes.
Born and raised in India. Eventually moved to the United States. Disney came to her about opening the restaurant, correct?
Yes. So she said, because I was asking her about that too, how she feels about being in Disney Springs with all, this traffic, because she does have another restaurant in Tennessee. But she said that Disney approached her, and she said it was a dream come true because who wouldn't want their products at Disney?
Yeah.
And she said that because she said something along the lines of that everybody needs to try Indian street food. And so they have like the breads and the dips and whatever else. And she said, what better way to spread what she, loves and she makes with people that come to Disney from around the world.
True.
So from all walks of life have a chance to try her food. And I love that. And, she's she's on the Food Network.
Right, she's a judge on
She's
different
won
shows.
awards. I mean, she's got 2 cookbooks. So this lady knows what she's talking about. And I found her to be very inspiring. And, so if there's any message there to young ladies, and if I can tell you the same, which I have, if you read my book, if you've listened to me for all these years, it is important. If somebody knocks you down to get back up, if somebody tells you can't do it, or you don't belong here, or you don't deserve this, blah, 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 ignore it, because you have to block out all the noise and just keep going towards what your goal is.
And I'm going to say this, and I don't think I've ever said this anywhere. Yeah, I know. Hold
I'm scared. Oh boy.
Be scared. No, watching your wife have these goals and stuff like that, a lot of men get insecure. They're like, I don't want to fill my wife's goals because I have my own goals. And sometimes, guys, just let her fill her goals and stand behind her and have her back, because that's how it was. Michele, I had her back from day one. I mean, at one point we were ready to give up Main Street Miles and be done with it.
Yep.
And she had a vision and a dream, and I said, okay, let's do it then. And we ran with her vision, we ran with her goals, and we've achieved a lot of them. We really have. We've achieved almost everything you wanted to do with the site and with the different medias and stuff. So I guess my thing to men out there, if your wife has goals, or if I should say spouse, if your spouse has goals, don't ever feel like your goals are getting trumped because she has goals. Get behind her, help her push her goals, help her achieve the goals, because I tell you what, there is nothing better feeling than knowing you helped somebody achieve their goals.
Aww.
And it's a prideful thing to look at too and go, wow, we did do that. We
did this.
When we got into this, we had crazy dreams when we came up with the idea for the Main Street Mouse that we thought never would happen. But now here we sit, all the 15 years later. Well,
on Disney's Boardwalk, recording a show.
Yeah, we're sitting on the Disney Boardwalk. We're on Disney's media list. Disney has us out for all these events.
And we're so grateful.
Universal's now got us, that they're inviting us out to stuff. So our lives have gone in a direction we never could have planned. We never could have gone to school to learn all this, to do this now. So it's like, follow the dreams. Go with the dream. You never know unless you try, and you don't want to live with the regret of not trying.
Absolutely. I mean, you'd rather try and fail than not try and always wonder, because trust me, you will always wonder, what if I would have tried this? What could have happened?
And keep in mind, business owners, men, or female or male, Walt Disney failed many times before he finally got it, before he finally hit it big. And
he always reminds me of that when I'm having a day where I feel like what I do isn't good enough.
Because nobody really talks about Walt's
vision
and how hardships that he went through. But he did. He went through a lot. He lost the rights to Oswald the Lucky Rabbit, which was his golden ticket at the time, and such like that. But he kept going, kept moving forward, and he had the right people around him that helped him do that. And his wife was so supportive, always behind him.
His brother,
and just everything that came together for them. So don't give up. I guess that's the best way to say it. Just don't give up.
That's right. Don't. But take it from us. We know.
And go by Eat My Heat. If you haven't,
he always gets it wrong.
Eat by Maneet.
By Maneet.
If you haven't been there, check it out. It's in the old building where Wolfgang Puck Express used to be,
which was also a good restaurant.
Right. So it's over there by the Christmas store, just past Earl of Sandwich, back there at Disney Springs.
Their naan bread is out of this
Their
world.
naan bread is
by
phenomenal.
the way.
I had when we ate there about I don't even know how long ago it was, 6-8 months ago. I had some kind of a pizza on the naan bread. It was really good.
That
That's all
bread
I got to
is
say.
so good. I could
So
eat
good.
like the whole pile that they give you.
You can just get bread, and I think they have dips.
They do, and then you can make a meal out of that because
Yeah.
it's filling, but it's delicious. See,
Right.
now I want bread.
Well, there's nothing here on the boardwalk. I'm sitting here looking at the boardwalk, going through the different restaurants that are here, and there's no place that just has bread.
No
Pizza
bread.
bread wasn't bad, or the pizza crust wasn't bad.
Pizza was not bad. It's better in Epcot, though. I will give you that.
Yes, that's true. Okay, so we so that was on Thursday. Friday, we decided we wanted to head over to the Grand Floridian because last week, if you were paying attention, the Easter eggs, the chocolate Easter eggs display came out at the Grand Floridian.
Mm-hmm.
And we decided to head over there because we wanted to get the video, which you can find on our YouTube and our Facebook page of the eggs. And the eggs this year, some of them are just absolutely, I mean, they're all amazing, but some of them just, the Maleficent's Dragon one.
I was just going to say, that one is my favorite. The detail. It looks very similar to the one in the Festival of Fantasy Parade.
does.
It is.
A lot of hidden detail in the egg.
Oh my gosh. If you look at the detail in some of these chocolate eggs, you would be amazed because the amount of talent and time that would go into. That's what I kept thinking, like when I was looking at some of them, I'm thinking, I wonder how long it took somebody to make that because it was so detailed.
And the Maleficent Dragon one, I was looking at it, and being a cook, done this stuff my whole life, stuff just falls apart sometimes. So you have a vision of how you want it to come together, and it doesn't work that way. So the Maleficent Dragon, how many times did something maybe go wrong, and they had to regroup and rebuild a piece? Or because honestly, it's just pieces of chocolate holding other pieces of chocolate
and it
together.
looks like the one in the parade.
It does. It's phenomenal. So yes, please go check out our YouTube video, our Facebook video, and check it out. And if you're down here, try to get over to the Grand Floridian.
It is hard
it's
to get there, let me tell you.
You can't park at the Floridian unless you're staying there. But you could park at the Magic Kingdom parking lot, and you can then get there through the monorail. Or if you're staying at another resort, you can bus over to there. But you gotta use transportation, sadly. There's no way just to park there.
I
and go
really
to
wish
it.
that when there's special events that we could just park there.
And I get why there's not, but I wish there was a way that they could figure that out to make it easier for people. But
Yeah, it's like a trek getting to where you're
is.
at, you know. But they have a really pretty Cinderella 75th anniversary egg.
And they recreated the Cinderella poster on the backside of the egg.
did.
And that was all hand drawn and everything. It wasn't like something they printed off and attached to it. You could tell that somebody wrote it.
No,
in the font. And
pretty
everything.
darn cool.
Really cool.
Some of them had lights in them.
The
The Yeti one.
The Yeti one, which is really cool because you look there and you can actually see the Yeti shadow.
Like in
inside
Everest,
the
it's
egg.
an Everest one. I'm sorry. So it's themed for Everest, but like the tracks are coming out of it,
Yes.
and then when there's a hole, or on
In
the
the mountain.
side, and then you can see the Yeti in the tracks. And on the back of it, there's actually lighting. There's
Yes.
lights, blinky lights. So really
Very
well.
cool.
And don't forget the cottage is open too, where you can get Easter treats. But
Mm-hmm.
one thing I will caution you is for years the eggs were all around the lobby of the Grand Floridian.
Right.
Now they have it set up kind of how the gingerbread
Yes.
display is all the way in the back. And when we went, because again, spring break, there was a huge line wrapped around, and at first I thought it was a line for treats at the cottage.
I did too.
And then no, it was a line to actually see the eggs.
There was no line for the cottage.
No, there's
There
no
was
line
like
for the
2-3
cottage.
people in line for that.
Yeah, so it took us probably 25 minutes to get to see the eggs because of the long line. I mean,
Yeah.
and it could have been just like that for our local spring break was last week, so a
Right.
lot of locals were at the parks. But yeah, it's definitely worth going over there to see. The eggs are beautiful. The lobby smells like chocolate,
It does.
which is even better if you like chocolate like I do.
Yeah, it was just really cool the way they brought it all together. And you see some, like, so she was talking about one woman had, there was one for the Evil Queen sitting there, and she had a poison apple spinning above her inside the egg.
That was an awesome one.
Which was really cool the way they did, and the lighting inside of it all. I mean, these people who create these just they're masters at their craft, and
Yeah,
I wish
couldn't
I could
even.
do it.
I could barely like dye an Easter egg, let
Exactly.
alone make another one.
But next to each egg, it does have the cast member who created it, and tells you what the inspiration is.
What the theme is. Because
for
there
that
was one we didn't know what it was supposed to be, and it was for Atlantis.
Yes.
But yeah, go check them out. Very cool. Get yourself an Easter treat. It's worth it. It's worth it to go over.
Definitely worth the time to get over there. And if you're there and you're hungry, a lot of people don't realize this. There is a quick service restaurant at the Floridian.
A Gasparilla in the back. So
yes.
we went in. I don't remember what I got now. What did I get?
You
I got the
caprese
caprese sandwich,
Yes.
and they have the house-made chips, which are delicious.
Yeah,
So do that.
Yeah, check it out. So, okay, that was Friday. Saturday, because we didn't get to go to Universal last Saturday, we ended up going to Universal this Saturday with Greg and Holly and walked around there for a little while.
Yeah, so we went to Universal. It was crowded, but less crowded than last week.
Yes. By far.
We went to Islands of Adventure side first, which we usually go to the other side first, and we ate at the restaurant that it's in Harry Potter.
Three Broomsticks.
Three Broomsticks, is that what it's
Yes.
called? So they have this big platter.
Yeah, it's I can't remember the name of it, but it's a big platter for 4.
Yes.
And it had ribs, it had chicken, it had broccoli, it had corn, it had parsnips, and
It had roasted potatoes,
carrots,
corn on
roasted
the
potatoes.
cob.
Honestly, it was good. It was all really good. It's actually a really good deal because I think it was $75, but it's for 4 people.
And there was food left. I personally don't eat that. I got a kid's meal. The fries are delicious if you want to know.
Yes. But we got that. Greg and Holly and I ate off the platter.
And they still had some left.
And there was still food left over, so thank them for going with us and going there and doing all that. And
We went on Hagrid's, which we haven't been in a while. Let me tell you something. That ride, they don't have it as part of their front of the line thing after
Express
4.
Pass after 4, but
Excuse me.
that ride, whew, it's fun.
It's so much fun.
And I forgot because we had not rode it probably in 3-4 years at least. Getting back on that ride though, you're on a motorcycle and you move fast.
It has a lot of launch spots where you kind of how Slinky Dog has that spot where you
Yes.
take off. There's multiple spots in that ride that has that, but it's faster.
It is faster. It's a lot of fun of a ride though. It's not short by any means.
No.
It's a pretty long ride.
It actually is a pretty long ride.
Considering how a lot of rides now are made, they're
So
like
short.
a minute and a half, 2 minutes, like Tron that's under a minute or just over a minute. This one's a few minutes long, so you really get your enjoyment, but it is a long wait. So if you're gonna go, I suggest either going early in the day or maybe wait till later in the day to hop in the line for it. But it's definitely one to check out and take a ride on that motorcycle.
Yeah, and then we went over to the other side. Mardi Gras is still going on. So next week this coming weekend is the last weekend.
Yes.
So we went over just to kind of walk around. And I was excited because DJ Pauly D was playing
From the Jersey Shore.
From the Jersey Shore.
As we sit on the boardwalk.
Yeah, right. So no, I'm not. I've never. And here's the crazy part. I never have watched
I've never
Jersey
seen it.
Shore. I mean, I know who they are. I've seen them on TV. All this, and I knew that Pauly D was a Disney fan.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, they had pictures of him at the parks and such. So apparently he must like Universal too, because he was over there and it was a packed house, and he's just remixing other people's music. Like when we saw Zed last year there, which was better. He has his own songs and his own collabs.
Yeah.
Like Pauly D mixes other people's music. But if you go look on my TikTok, I have a video. And I think on Instagram too, on our socials, I did a little clip so you could see how the concert was. Their concerts there, because they have so much room, are amazing. And they're real. It's like, you feel like you're at a real concert.
You do. And Pauly D actually liked your post on TikTok.
He
or
commented
whichever.
on my
her
TikTok post.
So it was kind of cool. I mean, it was fun. People were all having a good time. Their events there, their concerts and such at Universal, they're top notch. They do a good job.
They really do, and it's a good time. I do enjoy their Mardi Gras concert series, so I can't wait to see what they do next year.
Yeah, next weekend is the last one. On Saturday they had the group TLC which many you probably know from the 90s. They're performing on Saturday night, and then that's the final concert for this Mardi Gras.
Yes, and the parade goes bye-bye after that and everything. So if you can get there and see the Mardi Gras parade, do that because it's a good time also.
Parade is so much fun. It's long. You get your beads. It's a great time. And then there's a lot of great food around Mardi Gras.
Yes, there is. Oh, we didn't get the beignets again.
We didn't get the beignets. Oh, we got to go back.
Remember? It was like, oh, I have to try the beignets. Yeah.
But we didn't get to the tribute store either, so.
Oh, well.
Maybe we have to go back this weekend.
We may.
Or go during the week. We don't have to wait till the weekend.
I'm just going to go. I just want beignets.
That's an idea. So that was our week in a nutshell till today, where now we're sitting here at the Boardwalk. Like I said, we didn't plan to do this. We just kind of threw this together and hoping that it would turn out. And I think so far it's turned out pretty good.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we just were going to go to the studios and I needed some, we wanted some content for our socials and for the site. And then we walked into the parking lot at studios and he's like, you want to go over to the Boardwalk? Because originally you wanted the cheese
Originally
stick.
I came over here to get a cheese stick.
But they're expensive at the corn dog place.
I was looking at the cheese stick and it's $15 for a cheese stick and then like $7 or $9 for a lemonade. And I'm like, do I want to spend that much money for one? I mean, it's. I'm sure it's great. Everybody says how good it is, but I didn't know if I want to spend that much money for cheese and a lemonade.
No, again, like we were talking earlier, you got to watch where you spend your money these days, and it was a better option to go to the pizza window. So
it was. So we do have a few news stories I wanted to talk to you guys about before we get out of here. I grabbed a couple of the ones that grabbed my attention from the last week since we last spoke to you. So the first one that came out last week is the new treats place at Disneyland's Downtown Disney opened, and they unveiled a character for their popcorn bucket, and their character that kind of goes with the sweet shop called Poppy.
Yeah, Poppy, Poppi is this
and
new
he's
bucket.
A popcorn kernel. Is what
but
he
a
is.
bucket.
But a bucket that you can get.
And he's kind of cute.
He is kind of cute. I saw that, and if you go and there's videos out there, you can go find a Poppy. We have it on the blog we did. But he's popping all over.
Poppy's a poppin'.
He's a poppin'. But I just thought it was really cool that they did something like that. And I wonder if Poppy will make a Walt Disney World appearance eventually.
Disneyland always gets the good stuff first, and then if it does well, it gets sent over here.
That sweet store, though.
I know. Well, we'll get to see it in May. So
yes, we will.
Maybe we'll get you a Poppy bucket.
I may have to go get a Poppy bucket, or at least see Poppy's bucket. I don't know. It'll depend. I think it was $30 for the bucket.
Oof.
Yeah, it looked a little bit smaller than some buckets, but we'll see. The bad thing about out there is we don't have a discount out there. Here we have our annual pass, and it's so hard to buy merchandise and stuff. That's why when we're out there, we don't, unless it says Disneyland, we usually won't buy anything because we can come back here and buy it and get our discount.
They always say, any discounts today? We're like, what? No. We wish.
I always ask, can you take my Walt Disney World discount? And they never do, but one day, who knows? Maybe they will. That'd be great. Another thing that came out is last week, the Walt Disney, or the Disney Company's annual stockholders meeting took place. And the only big announcement that really came out of it that would, for the fans, is that Coco 2 was announced.
Yeah, that was the biggest thing that they spoke about.
Yeah, they did a lot of recapping about everything that was announced at D23, and that they're going through all this, the largest renovations across all properties, basically.
Yep.
Especially Walt Disney World. We're getting something in every place. Really, there's something going on all over. So, but that was really the only thing that we watched it, and that's the only thing I really saw was Coco 2 was the big news that mattered.
Yeah, and that's the news that everybody was putting out most out of that call that we listened to.
Yes. Another thing was Saturday night. You may have seen it.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
It was everywhere on social media. We didn't actually report on it.
Nope.
Because we felt, why should we? But there was a small fire at Epcot in the France Pavilion.
Behind the scenes.
It was a refrigerator. Something had caught fire.
It was out within a couple minutes.
Within minutes. I don't even know if Reedy Creek got all the way there to put it out.
I don't know, but it created a huge black smoke cloud, and the sensational headlines that were out, like Epcot's on fire, France Pavilion on fire. Like, come on, you guys. I mean, you guys know, you've been following us for years. We do not do clickbait, and it was not in and it's just us. If you do clickbait, fine, have at it. But for us in our site, we don't feel like putting out stuff like that, especially if the fire was out.
And we would have been putting out somebody else's photos and imagery and stuff for something that really Disney
was
got
over
it
and
under
done
control.
with.
The cast members and such stepped into action. They put it out. They fixed it. Nobody was injured. It didn't cause any closures or anything like that. But it did happen. And if you did see pictures, I'm sure if you were on social media anytime Saturday, you saw pictures.
But regardless of what headlines you read, all is well. Disney handled it beautifully like they always do. There was nothing to get all upset about.
And there's been a fire burning in Spaceship Earth since 1982.
Yeah, there's
Rome is burning.
Rome has been burning.
Nobody
for
talks
years.
about that. Pirates too. Pirates is on fire since.
Oh, but the Pirates has a fire.
Yeah, Pirates has a fire. Nobody talks about that one either.
But yeah, everything was fine. People just got even major news outlets ran with it.
I know they did.
And even the one that I work for,
Fox 35.
Fox 35. But it was over. It did look like a big deal, and if you would have just waited a few minutes, you would have seen that it wasn't. So yeah, everything's fine at Epcot.
Yes, no problems, no closures because of it. Nothing happened.
Nobody got hurt. It's all good.
No injuries. Everything is good. So, but we just wanted to mention to let everybody know that if you did see it, you didn't know what the whole stink was about. That's what it was. But again, nobody was hurt. Everybody's fine. So
yeah,
keep going on. And let's see here. We were talking about Snow White at the box office. Wasn't that great? Today they did drop a news story a couple hours ago before we left the house. That Gap is going to be getting a Muppets line.
As of today, I got a press release today that Gap has a collaboration with Disney for the Muppets, and there are new adult T-shirts and sweatshirts with different Muppet characters on it. And from what I recall, it's exclusively online at thegap.com. But if you go to the mainstreamhouse.com, you can see all the different choices, and there's a link to go to the Gap and buy it.
And I like the Muppet stuff.
I know.
I wish there was more Muppets. I wish, because many of you probably know that the Muppets in the parks never materialized to what they originally thought, because Jim Henson passed away before he could get to that point. But I'm excited about them taking over Rock and Roller Coaster. I'm going to miss Aerosmith, but I think it's going to be a fun update to get Muppets Mayhem.
I think so. You know what I think would help with all that? Mayhem. If they used Muppets more, like they did the Muppets Haunted Mansion a couple years ago. If they would maybe do more specials or something with the Muppets to get a whole new generation familiar, because 80s, 90s, we all knew who the Muppets were, and a lot of kids, you know what I mean? Yeah. If it got seen more, I think that it could be even bigger.
I think it'd be really cool, because everybody has a big stink about the Hall of Presidents every year. Every 4 years, everybody gets
That's why we don't report on it.
That's why we don't report on it. But how cool would it be if they ever took the Hall of Presidents and redid it as a Muppets Hall of History, or a U.S. history with the Muppets? And
like
Sam
when they had the Muppets over there a couple summers ago.
I think that would be phenomenal if they did that. Sam Eagle's kind of like the head of it all. They could do something fun with that, I think. But then you'd have the people who would throw the fits about, another IP in the parks,
or another one of Walt's original creations, blah blah blah. But you know what? These days, you can't win either way, because everybody has heavy opinions on everything. But when they had the Muppets over there that summer, there was always a crowd waiting for them.
Always.
So there was demand for it.
Yeah, you couldn't even get through sometimes.
And cast members would have to clear a walkway because everybody would be waiting for Kermit and Miss Piggy to pop out a window. So I think it could work.
I think it could work. So hopefully Disney will do something. Something else, I'm going to go back here just a minute to our news story when we talked about Coco. Another thing they did announce, and I know you were really excited about this one, probably why you didn't want to bring it up because you were just too excited.
What is it?
Is that somebody had asked the question, are we going to see more Figment
on
either Disney Plus or Shorts or whatever? And Bob Iger did say he was going to talk to creative about doing some shorts with Figment.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Which I know a lot of fans do love Figment. A lot of people do love Figment.
I'm just not one of them.
You're just not one of them.
Nah.
But there's a lot of people who do love Figment, so there's going to be more stuff coming out for Figment.
Yeah.
So Michelle's very excited about that, and she hopes that if they have a media event, they invite her to all those.
I would go cover it.
I know you would.
So yeah, because 2 summers ago when the Figment meet and greet, yes. I was there. I took pictures with Figment.
He got a lot bigger than he used to be. He really grew up since the 80s.
He really did. But yeah, I was there. I do my job. I don't put my personal opinion in there, except when I'm talking to y'all, because I could be like, yo, you guys know. You guys have been listening to me yap for years, so you know.
Yappy.
Yappity yap.
So that's really all I have. I don't have a question this week, though.
Well, because this was totally impromptu.
I know I didn't even have time to think. I had thought of one yesterday that was, I'm going to try to remember to ask you that tomorrow on the show. And now I can't remember what that question was.
It's okay.
Getting old, I can't remember anything.
Well, no, everything is different this week because we did this on the fly. So now we don't have to go home and record because we did it now.
Exactly. But let me just say it again, though. If you guys ever do have a question you want me to ask Michele on the air, you could email me at scott@themainstreetmouse.com, and I will be happy to ask her that question. And I will even mention your name on the air, and you may even get a little prize in the mail from us.
Everybody likes free stuff.
Everybody likes free stuff, and we will send you something if you submit a question to us. So think about a question you want to ask her about Disney, about Universal. It could be about anything except personal.
About what shampoo I use, what are my favorite products.
Anything that she likes.
Yeah,
so,
like
her favorite type of clothing.
I love a good chapstick if you want to ask me recommendations.
She likes Bucky's chapstick the best.
Okay, you spoiled it now.
Sorry,
now I don't have to.
That's my question for the week. What's your favorite chapstick?
Bucky's.
Yeah, there you go.
I actually like the ones at Basin too.
Yes.
They have an orange bird one.
Oh, that's right.
Actually,
they do.
I use it. I keep it on the nightstand.
I also wanted to mention that Michele's podcast, Daydream Believing podcast, comes out on Thursday at 7. If you have any questions, joy, ideas, or comments about that, you can email her, Michele@themainstreetmouse.com. It's Michele with one L. If you use 2 L's, it won't go through.
That's right. And I'm having a blast over there. We've been talking about a lot of nostalgia past couple weeks about stuff that from when we were kids, and it's been a good time. So go check it out.
And show 42 is going to be this week.
It is 42.
42 shows. When she first did it, she didn't even think anybody would ever care. And now here we are 42 episodes in, and she's rolling strong, and people seem to like the show a lot. So I'm proud of her. It was a big accomplishment. I might have something coming out soon.
Maybe.
Also, another thing that I'm working on, so I guess we will see if that comes to fruition over the next couple days or whatever. We will be sure to let you guys know. Trying to think what else. Mention our sponsors really quick. MEI Mouse Fan Travel. They will help you plan your perfect vacation, whether going to Walt Disney World, Royal Caribbean Cruise Line, or Adventures by Disney. They can help you out.
Basically everywhere.
Everywhere. And the best part, again, their services are free to you guys. Free. And by you supporting them, you're actually supporting the Main Street Mouse. So please keep that in mind, that if you use their services that don't cost you a dime, you help us out tremendously. So we appreciate that. And if you guys could use MEI, everyone we know that does use them, they love them. The staff over there, the planners and such, they're fantastic, and Becky is wonderful herself. It's a great organization. So reach out to MEI Mouse Fan Travel. You can find their ads all over our website. Click on any of those, fill out the little form, and somebody will get back to you. Also, KingdomStrollers.com. Kingdom Strollers Rentals, they are the official sponsor of the Main Street Mouse. They've been around with us since day one, pretty much. When we started the site, they rent scooters, strollers, whatever you need. They deliver it to your place where you're staying, whether it be a resort or a house or whatever, and they pick it up for you at the end of your trip. You can go find more information about them at KingdomStrollers.com. Just let them know you heard about them from the Main Street Mouse, so they know who sent them there. Because again, by you supporting them, you're supporting us, and we appreciate that. I don't have anything else to talk about. Did you have anything else this week?
I don't think so.
So why don't you go ahead and close this out?
Okay. Well, as always, don't forget about LostPrincessApparel.com. If you have enough leggings, skirts, shirts, sling bags, then share. Tell a friend about it, because you really are helping us out, and it's been a struggle for small businesses. So any way to spread the word, we sure would appreciate it. And if you haven't tried our products yet, please do, because they are fantastic and affordable. And we're having a great sale right now.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we are going to sign off from Disney's Boardwalk this week. So thanks for listening. As always, thank you for the support on everything that we do. And until next time, we hope you have a wonderful, fantastic, magical week ahead, and we'll see you real soon.
Our trip around the Magic Kingdom is almost complete. I can't thank you enough for spending part of your day with me. And I hope you've enjoyed your journey as much as I've appreciated being a part of it.
Ladies and gentlemen, please gather your belongings, watch your head and step as you exit, and take small children by the hand.
On behalf of our entire flight crew, thanks for soaring with us.
Now I will raise the safety bar, and a ghost will follow you home.
Some imagination, huh?